Before watching the video, don't forget to subscribe the channel and enable bell notification to never miss an update from us.
Hello everyone and welcome. This is Ashima Shukla, your current affairs and banking awareness faculty on Entry platform, and in this video we'll be talking about all the major news events that have taken place in the past days. The discussion is going to involve all the important news pointers which are there, and we'll be having a look at all the important news which are important from examination point of view. Now the discussion is going to be in a theory form so that you get more and more updates in a lesser time in a crisp highlights form, right? So and for those who want to practice questions, for them we have a free live quiz that happens on Entry app every day. You can take that quiz for your daily practice. The link for that is in the description section below and in the pinned comment below. Starting on the discussion, the first news event is 52nd International Film Festival of India, or IFFI Award. Now, this International Film Festival of India was organized in Goa. It is organized every year, and it is organized by the Ministry of Information and Broadcasting, INB Ministry. Awards that have been given out this year are, first of all, Satyajit Ray Lifetime Achievement Award, which was the inaugural session, or it was given out for the first time. The winner was an American filmmaker, Martin Scorsese, and Esteban Szabo, a Hungarian filmmaker. Then we had Indian Film Personality of the Year, which was given to Hema Malini ji and Prasoon Joshi ji. Golden Peacock Award is given to the best film, and it is the highest award which can be given in IFFI, and that went to Ring Wandering by Japan. It's a Japanese movie by Masakazu Kanezo. Then we have Silver Peacock, the second highest awards. The Best Director award in that went to Vaclav Kadranka for Saving One Who Was Dead, which is of Czech Republic. IFFI Best Actor Award Male, again a Silver Peacock, went to Jitendra Joshi ji for Godavari, an Indian. Then IFFI Best Actor Award Female, again a Silver Peacock, went to Angela Molina for Charlotte, which is of Paraguay. Special Jury Award went to Renata Carvalho for The First Fallen Brazil and Nikhil Mahajan for Godavari, India. ICFT UNESCO Gandhi Medal, which is given for promoting the Gandhian principles and Gandhian ideals, went to Lingui, The Sacred Bond, which is a movie by Czech Republic, France, Belgium and Germany, and it is by Muhammad Saleh Haroun. Jury special mention was to Roman Vasyov for The Dom, which is a Russian movie. The best debut film was Zohari, which is of Switzerland, Argentina, Chile and France, by Maria Alessandrini. And jury special mention for debut feature film went to The Wealth of the World, which is of Chile and Italy, by Simon Farrier. Then we have a few one-liners. The first being, first ever Aharbal festival is being celebrated in Kulgam district of Jammu and Kashmir. The objective is to promote tourism, and Aharbal is a waterfall in Jammu and Kashmir in Kulgam region. Meghalaya's capital, Shillong, is organizing the Cherry Blossom Festival. It is a very famous festival of Meghalaya, and from this a question is most probably asked in a lot of exams. Hyderabad-based space technology startup Skyroot Aerospace has test-fired India's first privately built cryogenic rocket engine Dhawan-1. It's going to be used to power the upper stages of its upcoming Vikram 2 orbit launch vehicle. The Nagaland police has recently launched Call Your Cop mobile app. Now this app, what is going to be the objective of this app, or what was the purpose? It was launched in Kohima in Nagaland to allow people of state to get in touch with the police directly. So it's basically reducing the fear of police and sending out easily alerts, getting a directory, giving out an SOS, all the tourist tips and the nearest police station updates as well. Centre has appointed a 3-member committee to revisit the criteria for determining the economically weaker section, EWS, under which a quota of 10% is provided to economically weaker section. A question on this was raised by Supreme Court on the eligibility for the EWS reservation, and that is when this review committee has been framed, with the head of being former Finance Secretary Ajay Bhushan Pandey ji. Now, in this, what is also important is that if we are talking about economically weaker section, the point is that which amendment was there under which this reservation was given, that being 103rd amendment, under which this reservation is given out. HSBC India has launched India's first credit card, which is made of recycled PVC plastic to save plastic waste, lower the carbon emission. Admiral R. Hari Kumar took over as the 25th Chief of Naval Staff on 30th of November from Admiral Karambir Singh, whose term period ended on 30th of November. India-born Parag Agarwal has been named as the new Chief Executive Officer or CEO of Twitter, succeeding Jack Dorsey, who is also the co-founder and was the CEO. Sports journalist Ayan Memon has written a book with the title Indian Innings Journey of Indian Cricket from 1947 recently. World AIDS Day was observed on December 1 and it is observed every year on 1st of December. This year the theme was End Inequalities, End AIDS, End Pandemics by UN AIDS Foundation. BSF, a border security force, observed the 57th Rising Day. BSF Director General is Pankaj Kumar Singh ji. As per National Health Accounts (NHA), the share of government health expenditure in GDP has increased from 1.35 to 1.15% from 2017-18 to from 2013-14 to 17-18. I'm sorry, this should be the arrow. Right, so from 1.15 it has increased to 1.35. So it's not a very large change, but it is a change or an increase in a positive direction. Then Ayan Memon's book we have already seen, India Innings, Journey of Indian Cricket from 1947. Then another book, Democracy, Politics and Governance, has been written by Dr. A. Surya Prakash, which was released by Vice President of India Venkaiah Naidu ji. The first international conference on hydrogen energy was organized by Central Board of Irrigation and Power (CPIB) in partnership with Ministry of New and Renewable Energy, Central Electricity Authority and NTPC. Inauguration of the same was done by New and Renewable Energy Minister of State Bhagwanath Khubaji, and first edition of India Young Water Professional Program was launched in a virtual manner, which is being held under National Hydrology Project, which is a central scheme of Department of Water Resources and River Development and Ganga Rejuvenation. It is supported by Australian Water Partnership, and this is held with focus on engaging training and learning model. So the project based learning will take place through situation understanding and improvement projects, or you can say SUIP. Under this, how many participants are going to be there? There are about 20 participants to this first edition of the program. Asian Development Bank or ADB has approved a loan for Uttarakhand Water Supply and Sanitation Project. The fund of $125 million was approved by Asian Development Bank for the same purpose. Now the loan is going to be used for increasing the access of quality water supply and sanitation. And in this 136 kilometers of water pipe system is going to be constructed, and they're going to replace the defective water networks in South Dehradun. India Ratings and Research (INRA) has projected that India's GDP will be at 8.3% for the second quarter of financial year 2022. It has projected that India's GDP for the whole year is going to be approximately at 9.4%. Zwitch, it's an industry-first no-code embedded finance platform launched by Open Financial Technologies Private Limited. It's a neo-banking startup to enable fintechs, brands, enterprises to launch and use innovative fintech services by using do-it-yourself or DIY drag and drop interferences. Varanasi is going to become the first city in India to start ropeway service as a public transport model. In world, it is the third city. In India, it's the first city. It's going to definitely help reduce the traffic congestion, and it will be between Cant railway station, which is at Varanasi junction, to Church Square or Godolya, with an outlay of 4,000 crores which have been granted for this particular project. All India Radio has launched Air Next program to offer a platform for youth to air their voice as a part of Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. So youth from local colleges, universities, they can participate, raise the topic they want a discussion to increase in India. So about 20,000 youth from 1,000 educational institutes are going to be participating approximately. State Bank of India has signed MOU with Usha International Limited. An MOU was signed to empower women entrepreneurs in India. 40th India International Trade Fair IITF 2021 was inaugurated by Union Minister of Commerce and Industry Piyush Goyal ji. IITF 2021 was organized by India Trade Promotion Organization recently. Now, the theme was Atmanirbhar Bharat, and the idea was to promote or being vocal for local. Walmart and its subsidiary Flipkart, they have signed MOU with Government of Madhya Pradesh to create an ecosystem for capacity building for MSME sector in the state of Madhya Pradesh. So it's going to basically enhance the export potential of the MSME sector. Ajay Bhushan Pandey ji has been appointed as the head of committee set up by Ministry of Social Justice and Empowerment to review the criteria for reservation of economically weaker section category as per the norms of the provision of explanation to Article 15 of the Constitution of India. AgriWise Finserv Limited has signed a co-lending partnership with Central Bank of India to disburse agri loans to undeserved and unserved rural regions. Rail Red, name of a rail ticket booking service launched by Red Bus, is in partnership with IRCTC as of now. Title of a book with the Ambuja story, How a Group of Ordinary Men Created an Extraordinary Company. That has been written by Narottam Shekhsaria ji. And a unique face recognition technology for pensioners in India was launched by Union Minister of State for Personal, Public Grievance and Pensions. That is Dr. Jitendra Singh ji. The technology is going to work as a life certificate for pensioners and was devised by National Informatics Center NIC, Ministry of Electronics and IT, in partnership with UIDAI. India has joined G20 Troika. G20 Troika is comprised of Indonesia, India and Italy. It was made by Indonesia and its current presidency holder is also Indonesia. Next presidency is going to be moved to India. With this, we'll be winding up this segment and I hope this session has been helpful. We'll see you in the next video with more news events. Till then, have a great day ahead, all of you.